Currently, it works with Snort. The idea is you see, say, 3 attacks. Each of them uses FTP. It tries to build common patterns between those FTP connections to make you a Snort signature. And example on the slide here, 3 different types of FTP. It sees the shell being spawned, a common connection, and it builds you one IDS signature within a few seconds. So if you're looking to build dynamic signatures for client honeypots that are being attacked or server-side honeypots, it's an interesting tool to use. This is the website for it. Again, it's all open source. So we don't just build honeypot tools, we also do data analysis as well. So one of these tools is called PicFizz. This is a visualization tool for log file data. The idea is that it uses the human eye to spot patterns in data that normally would be more difficult to do on a computer. It's based on the concept of parallel coordinate graphs. It's written by Sébastien Tricord from France. Is Sébastien in the room? He's missed his moment. Okay, so Sébastien is the guy. This is an example of parallel coordinate graph. It looks like a lot of noise and different colors. But if we drill down to the data a bit, you can see each axis in the graph has a different type of data. We've got some timestamps, source IP addresses, A/B classification for virus information, IP geolocation data, and an ASN. This diagram is showing that in a certain type range, certain date range, sorry, a number of IP addresses with different types of malware connected to a certain range of IP addresses on a German DSA, a certain ASN, sorry, a German country. And you can look at the red lines and the green lines and try and use the visual patterns to spot tracking information. Part of GSOC, we built a UI for this that lets you drill down and examine the data. You can find PicFizz on the website. URL is at the bottom of the page again. There's also a supporting white paper called KYT PicFizz that explains more about the tool. So why do you need this tool? How do you use it? Talks you through the process of installing it. Show you some of the science behind parallel coordinate graphs and how you might use them for other forms of log analysis. Explains how to use the user interface. That's it done. So that's PicFizz. These tools are all developed in 2009, sorry. So 2010 we're also involved in GSOC. Last year now, we had 17 students. There's another mix of projects split across mostly new tools, but a few updates to old tools. You can find some more information at the URLs at the bottom. So we continue to work on PhoneUC, we continue to work on Dynea, adding voice over IP capabilities, and also extending capture HPC. You can see our focus has kind of shifted to client honeypots and into future threats as well. So we're working on techniques of things like sandboxing for PHP applications, instant messenger honeypots, detecting botnet command and control traffic, continuing to work on high interaction virtual machine introspection, looking for infected hosts by DNS traffic patterns on the network, analyzing network traffic flows from compromised honeypots. There's a model prototype called Trace Exploit, also log anonymization, and bare metal virtual machine sandboxing. So because the students were working last summer, the code's still quite new. It was uploaded to Google in September. Some of the projects are still kind of experimental ideas, some are becoming public releases. The Dynea website has lots of information about what they did with Dynea. We added an XMPP for pub/sub subscribing, so multiple sensors can push data and subscribe. We built a voice over IP honeypot for Dynea, so it emulates a vulnerable voice over IP system. It intercepts incoming SIP requests, lets you respond as voice over IP system. So you can see voice over IP attacks against your honeypots. Cuckoo is a Claudio in the room yet? Okay, so back room. Claudio's GSOC student worked on Cuckoo Box, which is a malware analysis toolbox. The idea is you give it a malware sample, it executes it, does analysis. This is an open source sandbox. Find more here at the URL. We finally released version 0.1 of PhoneUC. This is the first public release of PhoneUC. Has all the features I've already talked about. Some quite cool features. It's definitely worth a look at if you're interested in client honeypots. A project called Hail, which is for botnet detection using botnet command and control in DNS. This has just been released last week or this week by Patrick Hale. And also the instant messenger honeypot, which was Lucas at the back again, his project last year. This is responding to incoming instant messenger requests and doing honeypot analysis there. And then Loganon is still work in progress, one of Sebastian's students. This is taking PCAP files and anonymizing them to remove public IP address information. As Christian briefly mentioned our UND white papers, so just quickly cover some of the ideas of working. We don't just build the tools, we deploy the tools and try to learn from them as well. So some recent papers, fast flux, detecting rapidly changing DNS and the patterns in that. That's quite a popular paper still. Some papers on malicious websites, so the attack tools which have been used to do drive-by downloads against client browsers. Got some papers on that. Recently, the German guys at the back were involved in reverse engineering of Configure, and involved in the Configure working group for some mitigation strategies for Configure. If you're interested in reverse engineering and binary analysis, they're the guys to talk to. It's a really good paper. And then the forensic challenges. We had, about 10 years ago, we started a series of forensic challenges. We'd take data from a compromised honeypot, and we'd give it to you as a community and ask you questions about it. Can you analyze these PCAP files, these binaries? This is still very popular. They're one of the only sources of open reference data if you want to teach classes on incident analysis or malware analysis. They're still pretty good tools. This was a scan of a month challenge where some attackers broke into a honeypot. They installed it as a Solaris honeypot using a zero-day. They installed IPv6 and tunneled IPv6 to break into NASA. It was quite an interesting incident. We had some reverse engineering challenges. Take a binary, reverse engineer it. It's written in 2001, but it's still relevant today. If you've got students and you want to teach them more about it, it's good class material. And also forensic challenges, taking a full disk system, so a compromised computer, giving you the disk image, we often do disk-level forensics. And lots of tools like the Coroner's Toolkit were developed for these kind of analysis projects. So we resurrected the forensic challenges in 2011, and we've had 7 challenges this year. You can find them on our website. They're all based on modern current threats. For example, things have moved on. I mentioned voice over IP. This is Shir and Ben. Raise your hands. Guys at the back. There's the voice over IP guys. We had an attacker in Hong Kong scanning a honeypot in Australia. They moved on to Romania and came back. They were using it to make premium rate calls to Austria, Somalia, Sierra Leone. This is the kind of attacks that are happening every day on voice over IP networks today. There's an interesting kind of write-up. Last month's challenge was a targeted attacks, PDF documents being used as spear phishing, sent to an organization, malicious code inside the PDF. It was talking you through analyzing a malicious PDF. These are attacks that happen today. I think here in France, the Commerce Department has had some problems with targeted attacks recently. This is what's happening in your country. We have a current challenge, which is active at the moment. This is more of a beginner challenge. It's taking a virtual machine image of a compromised computer, asking you questions. So if you have students who are interested in learning more about forensics, this is a good starting point. And this is a competition that's open today. The deadline is the 30th of March. So if you want to do a challenge and enter it, here's a chance to enter the competition. Just the last 2 minutes, I'm going to quickly talk about the future, where we're going with our research, what's happening this year. So we have 6 primary research focus areas within the Honeynet Project for 2011. This has been decided amongst our members and our directors. This is where we think the next set of attacks are going to be interesting coming from. So mobile devices, Android, iPhone, I think that's a key area for malware this year. Virtualization, continuing to work on attacks against and within using virtual honeypots to analyze more incidents. Topical malware, such as SCADA attacks, Stuxnet. Active defense, how you take down the botnet once you have control and command and control. How do you do that ethically? IPv6, as the switch over from IPv4 to IPv6 happens, getting more people involved in that. And then distributed data collection, building worldwide networks of honeypots, and building the user interfaces to analyze that data. We applied for Google Summer of Code. The results were published on Friday 3 days ago, and we were accepted as one of the organizations. They have a focus this year on new orgs. There were 417 people applied, different organizations. We are one of 175 accepted. So the student applications begin on March the 28th. There's Capture, Grasshop, Cuckoo Box, Dionea. Also doing some work on accelerating shellcode emulation, so using the hardware virtual instruction sets to accelerate Slovenia. So a whole set of ideas for new projects, things like working on the Honeybox user interface, doing visualizations but for the time and space, Android honeypots, going out to mobile marketplaces and downloading mobile applications and analyzing them for malware, tools for improving malware analysis on mobile application platforms, continuing virtualization and hypervisor research, IPv6, building a network sinkhole. You put a sinkhole on the network, you send traffic to it, you analyze compromised machines in your network by traffic patterns. Looking to try and extend Nebula and do dynamic IPS signatures, and also extend Wireshark as an analysis tool. So, again, if you're a student and you want to work on this, please get in touch. We have an IRC channel, GSOC2011 Honeynet on irc3node.net. Get in touch, or there's an email address and mailing list at the bottom of the page. I just want to thank all of our members and students for being involved with volunteers. Everyone gives their time. We're doing a lot of research, and it's really great that people donate so much time to this. Thanks to Google for funding us. In fact, thanks to ESA for sponsoring us this week and putting us up. Also, thank you to all of you for putting up with me talking so quickly and doing so many slides. Lance is waiting for me to say stop, stop. But if you want to copy the slides, they're all public. We have the URLs, we have email addresses, IRC. Please do get in touch, and we'll hear from you in the coming few months. Thanks.
Jeremy, guys, you going to do your talk now? Isn't that on the schedule? Jeremy's next? Yep. Why are you guys looking at me confused?
No, we're not next. The forensic challenge at CTF is next.
Yeah. Isn't that Jeremy's?
So we're going to be running a forensic challenge to capture the flag columns during the course of the workshop today. The idea is we have a system set up that you can analyse. There's some challenges and a competition, and I think Felix is going to speak about it.
Yeah. Mark sucht gerade Julio.
The German organization here in action. Real quick too, we asked them to open the windows because it is getting a little warm in here. You know, a bunch of geeks, a bunch of computers. Also,